Hello, English learners, and welcome back to another great lesson with English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we're bringing you a great intermediate lesson with some really useful vocabulary.
Some vocabulary you can use to describe your job.
Yes, this is a really common situation when someone asks you what you do, and you have to tell them.
Exactly. So today's lesson is all about that.
So before we jump into our dialogue, let's start with our vocabulary preview.
Vocabulary preview.
We have two simple phrases today that you'll hear in our dialogue for our vocabulary preview. The first one is VP.
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 So the VP of a company is?
The vice president.
The vice president, exactly.
Yeah, simple little acronym. And the next word is Fortune 500 company.
Fortune 500 company.
Fortune 500 company.
So a Fortune 500 company is?
I'll let you explain.
Well, Fortune magazine ranks the 500 biggest companies in the US.
So a Fortune 500 company basically is?
One of the 500 biggest companies in the US.
Okay, that's simple.
Yep.
All right, well, with those words, it sounds like we're going to be talking to some important people today.
Yes, we are going to be talking to some important people. So let's listen to our dialogue for the first time. Now, it's going to be a little bit fast, but you don't have to worry about it.
Because we'll come back and explain all of the important vocabulary.
Oh, look. There's Caroline and her boyfriend. She's always going on about him at the office. Great, they saw us. They're coming this way.
Oh, man.
Jessica, Arthur, hi. I'd like you to meet my boyfriend, Greg. He's the VP of Quality and Safety for a top Fortune 500 food company.
Nice to meet you. This is my husband, Arthur.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello?
Caroline talks about you all the time. I guess you must be pretty busy at work.
Well, yeah, VP position is not easy, you know. I implement policies and procedures nationwide in various departments, as well as train junior managers in FDA and EPA regulations. I also have to oversee daily operations of our quality control for the entire East Coast. That alone means I have 1,500 employees under me.
Wow, yeah, that sounds exciting.
And what about you, Arthur? What do you do for a living?
Oh, I'm a top...
All right, great music for our dialogue again, huh?
Chosen by?
By moi.
Of course.
Yeah, Top Gun is one of my all-time favorite movies. And Top Gun pilot, what a cool profession.
An excellent profession. Much cooler than being like the VP.
Yeah. How boring is that?
Anyway, this guy was a bit of a jerk, don't you think?
Yeah, you can tell a little bit of the sarcastic tone he had in his voice.
Definitely. But he did use some interesting phrases, and we can talk about those now.
Right, so let's take a look at language takeaway.
Language takeaway.
Our first word for language takeaways is implement.
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 Let's listen to some examples of this word to help us understand its meaning.
Example 1.
Our company has to implement this sales strategy.
Example 2.
Sarah will be responsible for implementing the plan.
Example 3.
I implemented several new policies.
Okay, great examples. And just in case, to implement means to?
Put into action.
Put into action. Great.
Exactly.
Our second word for language takeaway, policies.
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 So policies are basically rules and regulations.
Exactly. Formal rules.
For a company or an organization.
Exactly.
Policies. Great.
Third word?
Oversee.
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 So when you oversee operations, it means
Like you watch it to make sure it's okay.
you supervise it.
This is an excellent word to use when you want to talk about your job responsibilities.
Right.
Oversee.
Great. And our last word for language takeaway, it's kind of tricky. So let's listen to how it was used in our dialogue.
That alone means I have 1,500 employees under me. That alone means I have 1,500 employees under me.
So this guy has 1,500 employees under him, meaning he supervises 1,500 employees.
Right, he manages 1,500 employees.
He must be a busy man.
Yes, for 1,500 employees. How many employees do you have under you, Erica?
2.
Yeah, not quite as much as 1,500.
Yeah, I guess I'm not a VP right yet, hey?
Not yet, but you will.
Okay.
All right, so with this in mind, we are ready to listen to our dialogue for a second time, and this time it's going to be slower.
Oh, look, there's Caroline and her boyfriend. She's always going on about him at the office. Oh, great, they saw us. They're coming this way.
Oh, man.
Jessica, Arthur, hi. I'd like you to meet my boyfriend, Greg. He's the VP of Quality and Safety for a top Fortune 500 food company.
Nice to meet you. This is my husband, Arthur.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello?
Caroline talks about you all the time. I guess you must be pretty busy at work.
Well, yeah. A VP position is not easy, you know. I implement policies and procedures nationwide of various departments, as well as train junior managers in FDA and EPA regulations. I also have to oversee daily operations of our quality control for the entire East Coast. That alone means I have 1,500 employees under me.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds exciting.
And what about you, Arthur? What do you do for a living?
Oh, I'm a Top Gun pilot.
Okay, great stuff. With this, now we can start with our fluency builder for today.
Fluency builder.
We heard some excellent phrases in this dialogue, some phrases that sound really natural, hey?
Yes, especially the first one that we have today is whenever someone talks and talks and talks and continuously talks without stopping, you would say,
She's always going on about him at the office. She's always going on about him at the office.
This is a really natural way of saying keeps talking about.
right, keeps talking about him.
Yep. So we have a few examples of how this phrase works. Let's listen.
Example 1.
My boss is always going on about how we need to save money. It's all he talks about.
Example 2.
Gary is always going on about his kids. He's always talking about how smart they are.
Example 3.
My mom is always going on about how I should get married.
Okay, excellent. It's clear now.
Yes.
Okay, so let's move on to our second phrase for today. And this is a great one to use whenever you meet someone for the first time.
Or when you start to talk to someone for the first time.
Great.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it going?
So this is a really relaxed and natural way of saying, how are you?
How are you?
Yeah.
So yeah, you can just say, hey, how's it going?
Yep.
Great.
Really natural sounding.
Now, our third phrase is the most important one of our dialogue,
Yes.
and it's a really common situation.
When someone asks you about your job, they might say this.
Arthur, what do you do for a living? Arthur, what do you do for a living?
So this is a really great way of asking what work do you do or what is your job?
Yes. I know a lot of students sometimes say, what is your job?
Yeah, and that is, it's kind of correct, but not really.
It doesn't sound very natural.
Right.
So you want to use what do you do or
What do you do for a living?
sounds great.
That's the way you ask someone what is their job.
And that's how you sound supernatural.
Okay, so we're ready now to listen to our dialogue a last time. And now you are ready to understand everything.
Oh, look, there's Caroline and her boyfriend. She's always going on about him at the office. Great, they saw us. They're coming this way.
Oh, man.
Jessica, Arthur, hi. I'd like you to meet my boyfriend, Greg. He's the VP of Quality and Safety for a top Fortune 500 food company.
Nice to meet you. This is my husband, Arthur.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello?
Caroline talks about you all the time. I guess you must be pretty busy at work.
Well, yeah, VP position is not easy, you know. I implement policies and procedures nationwide, various departments, as well as train junior managers in FDA and EPA regulations. I also have to oversee daily operations of our quality control for the entire East Coast. That alone means I have 1,500 employees under me.
Wow, yeah, that sounds exciting.
And what about you, Arthur? What do you do for a living?
Oh, I'm a
Okay, so I have a little challenge for our listeners today.
What is it?
2 challenges, actually.
Okay.
The first one, who performs the song that you heard and what is the song called?
Okay, I don't know the answer, so I'm looking forward to seeing what users do.
And the second one is, what is the number 1 company in the Fortune 500?
Oh, I also don't know this answer.
2 great questions, so I expect to see your answers on the comments page, but also we want to know about your profession.
Yes, tell us about your job. Tell us what you do and use some of the great phrases you learned today to describe your answer.
Great.
In workplace communication, it is crucial to introduce your job title and responsibilities clearly and concisely. Whether in interviews, meetings, or conversations with colleagues or clients, a brief and precise self-introduction allows others to quickly understand your work and helps you present a professional image. In the first part of this article, we will focus on how to clarify your professional identity and responsibilities and how to confidently and clearly introduce yourself using effective communication techniques. How to introduce your job title clearly. In workplace conversations, one common question is, what do you do? For many professionals, this seems like a simple question, but if we're unprepared for a concise answer, the conversation can easily become awkward. Especially when facing different audiences, such as interviewers, colleagues, or friends, we need to adjust how we introduce ourselves, ensuring that the listener can quickly grasp and be interested in our work. First, clarifying your job title is a basic step. When describing it, you can use a simple structure. I am job title, followed by a brief description of your core responsibilities. For example, I am a marketing manager responsible for developing and executing the company's marketing strategies. I work as a financial analyst, primarily responsible for financial data analysis and budgeting. These expressions are not only clear and straightforward, but also enable the listener to quickly understand your position and responsibilities in the company. Avoid using overly complex job titles or technical jargon, such as Senior Marketing Strategy Planning Expert or Financial Analyst and Cash Flow Optimization Manager, as these expressions might confuse the listener. It's better to avoid terminology that's hard to understand, especially when meeting someone for the first time. Demonstrating your work through core responsibilities. After briefly describing your position, you can further expand by briefly introducing your work duties or daily tasks. This not only helps the listener understand your job more clearly, but also allows you to demonstrate your professionalism in that position. For example, I am responsible for the company's brand promotion activities, mainly increasing brand exposure through social media and online advertising. My job involves overseeing and optimizing the company's internal production processes to ensure product quality and efficiency. When introducing yourself, ensure that your description aligns closely with your actual work and showcases your expertise and contributions in the position. This helps the listener understand your role and impact in the workplace more comprehensively. Additionally, when speaking to people you are more familiar with, such as colleagues or friends, you can use a more casual expression, making the conversation feel natural and less formal. For instance, if you work in IT, you might say, "I'm a developer at the company, mostly writing and maintaining the internal management system. My job is to work with the team daily to solve technical problems." These expressions, though simple, allow the listener to easily understand and relate to your work. Adjusting the depth of your introduction based on context. Sometimes, we adjust the level of detail in our job introduction based on the context and the audience. For instance, when facing an interviewer, you may need to provide a more detailed explanation of your job responsibilities and how you add value to the company. In a social setting, when talking to someone who doesn't know you well, you might simplify the introduction to make the conversation feel more relaxed and natural. In formal situations, especially during interviews, avoid using overly simple or vague phrases. You can use the following structure for your introduction: job title plus overview of responsibilities plus key achievements or specific tasks. For example, "I am currently the HR manager at the company, responsible for recruitment, training, and employee relations. Under my leadership, the company's employee turnover rate decreased by 15% last year." This structure helps you systematically showcase your advantages and achievements in the position, especially highlighting your contributions to the company. In informal settings, especially at social events, avoid long and complex self-introductions. A concise and engaging job description can effectively attract the listener's attention without making the conversation feel dry or confusing. For example, "I'm in charge of the company's brand promotion, mainly making sure more people know about our products. I'm a developer, writing code and solving tech problems every day." This way, you can convey your professional information while maintaining a natural and light atmosphere. Overall, adapting the depth of your introduction based on the context and audience is an important skill in workplace communication. In workplace communication, clearly and concisely introducing your job title and responsibilities is the foundation for effective communication. By simply describing your job title and core responsibilities, you can help others quickly understand your work. Adjusting the depth and detail of your introduction based on different contexts allows you to smoothly handle various communication situations. This type of self-introduction not only improves communication efficiency, but also helps you project professionalism and confidence. In the workplace, being able to discuss your work naturally and smoothly is not only a way to showcase your professional abilities, but also helps you build positive interactions with others in various settings. Whether with colleagues, clients, or friends, how you use appropriate language to make yourself appear both professional and natural is a key skill in workplace communication. This section will focus on how to naturally express your work content in both professional and social settings, and how to enhance communication through the use of appropriate vocabulary and expressions. 2. 1. How to naturally discuss work in the workplace. When talking about work with colleagues, superiors, or clients, it is important to ensure that your expression is clear while maintaining a professional tone. Whether in meetings or day-to-day communication, striking a balance between professionalism and natural flow is essential to avoid awkward silences and dull conversations, which is a key aspect of enhancing workplace communication skills. Concise and direct expressions. First and foremost, keeping your language concise is the foundation of natural communication. In the workplace, overly complex and lengthy sentences can make it difficult for the listener to keep up, thus impacting the efficiency of communication. For example, when describing your work, you can use simple and direct sentence structures like, "I am responsible for," or "I manage," followed by a brief explanation of your job. Avoid over-explaining your title and get straight to the core content. For example, "I am responsible for financial auditing, ensuring all accounts comply with regulations. I lead a team primarily focused on developing new products and driving sales growth." These concise expressions allow the listener to quickly understand your work content without the need for lengthy introductions. When speaking with superiors, you can also introduce your work results concisely and professionally to leave a positive impression, flexibly adjusting the depth of the conversation. Workplace conversations often involve discussing work tasks, project progress, and team collaboration. When speaking with team members or close colleagues, you can delve a little deeper into work details and share specific tasks and challenges. For example, this week, I'm handling the product launch plan, and my main task is coordinating cooperation between different departments. I'm assisting the finance department with reviewing the quarterly report, and I resolved a few data reconciliation issues. This type of exchange enhances cooperation among team members and also allows you to demonstrate your professional grasp of the work through specific details. When conversing with senior management or those less familiar with your work, it's better to focus on your core achievements and contributions to the company's goals, avoiding excessive technical descriptions. For example, I oversee the sales team, and last year, our performance grew by 20%. I manage a cross-departmental project focused on improving supply chain efficiency. This approach is concise and focused, allowing you to showcase your achievements while helping the listener quickly understand your core responsibilities. 2. How to express yourself naturally in social settings. Unlike formal workplace communication, discussing work in social settings is usually more relaxed and informal, especially when attending parties, casual dinners, or social activities. Overly serious work-related topics can make the atmosphere feel heavy. How you talk about work in such settings while keeping the conversation both natural and engaging is key to workplace social interactions. Lightly introduce your work. In social settings, you can introduce your job in a lighthearted or humorous way. For example, if you are an IT developer, you could say, "I deal with computers all day, solving all sorts of tech problems. My job is to make sure the computer systems don't crash and everything runs smoothly." This humorous expression briefly introduces your job while making the conversation enjoyable and not too dry or monotonous. Avoid overusing technical jargon. When conversing with friends or relatives who are not familiar with your industry, it's crucial to avoid using too much industry-specific jargon. Overuse of professional terms can confuse the listener or even make them unable to understand what you're saying. Instead, use simpler language to explain your job. For example, I work in sales, contacting clients and helping them choose the right products. My job is managing customer relationships, ensuring our services meet their needs. Using such simple expressions allows the listener to understand your work easily and feel more comfortable participating in the conversation, thus fostering better interaction and communication. Skillfully guide the conversation. In social settings, work does not have to be the sole topic of conversation. You can skillfully guide the topic to other areas while incorporating some work-related content. For example, if you meet another professional at a party, you can start by asking about their work and then briefly introduce your own job. This not only shows politeness, but also ensures a balanced and natural conversation. For example, what do you do? I manage HR at the company, focusing on team building and recruiting talented people. What new projects are you working on? I'm handling a new product launch plan that involves coordination with multiple departments. By doing this, you not only introduce your work, but also learn about others' work, facilitating broader social interaction. 2. Natural and fluid language with the right attitude. Natural expression in both workplace and social settings depends not only on the words you use, but also on your tone, pitch, and attitude. By maintaining a relaxed and confident tone, you can convey professionalism without sounding stiff or overly formal. Keep a natural tone and expression. When talking about work, keep your tone confident yet relaxed. If you appear too nervous or overly formal when introducing yourself, it may create a sense of distance with the listener. Relax and use a natural tone when talking about your work. For example, I manage projects, ensuring smooth collaboration between departments. I work in sales, mainly developing new markets, and we've made some great progress recently. This approach is both natural and allows the listener to sense your confidence, enhancing the friendliness of the exchange. Being able to discuss work naturally and smoothly in both workplace and social settings is an essential communication skill. By using concise and clear expressions, you can effectively convey your work content while showcasing professionalism and approachability. Adjusting your way of expressing based on the context ensures that you communicate effectively in various situations and foster better interaction with others. Through natural, fluid communication, you can build stronger interpersonal relationships and enhance your workplace competitiveness. In workplace communication, being able to confidently express your job and avoid common communication pitfalls is crucial for making a positive impression. Many people struggle with overhumility, anxiety, or improper language, which can negatively affect communication outcomes. Therefore, avoiding these common issues and ensuring smooth, effective communication becomes an important skill in the workplace. In this section, we will explore how to avoid common communication traps, boost confidence, and optimize your language expression, enabling you to present yourself as more confident and composed in the workplace. 3. 1. Avoiding overhumility or overexaggeration. When introducing yourself, both excessive humility and excessive boasting can affect your image in the workplace. Overhumility might make you appear insecure, and others may question your abilities, while overexaggeration can give the impression that you are arrogant or lack humility. Finding the right balance to showcase your abilities and achievements without exaggerating or downplaying them is a key communication skill in the workplace. Avoiding overhumility. Overhumility often manifests in phrases like, "I just did my job," or "it's nothing special." While these statements may sound humble, they can make you appear unsure of yourself, even causing confusion in the listener. To avoid this, use a more balanced and affirming expression. For example, over the past year, the team I led successfully completed 3 major projects, significantly boosting the company's performance. I've had the privilege to participate in several important projects, and I'm really proud of the collaborative results. These expressions effectively showcase your achievements while maintaining a professional and composed image without sounding boastful. Avoiding overexaggeration. On the other hand, overexaggerating your accomplishments can make you appear self-centered or unwilling to work with others. For instance, my team and I drove a 300% increase in company performance, something no other department can compare to. I work harder than anyone else, almost always staying late. These statements highlight personal achievements but give the impression of exaggeration and arrogance. To avoid this, adopt a more modest and objective approach, such as, "My team and I worked hard to achieve a 20% increase in performance last year. Through teamwork and extra hours, we ensured the project was completed on time." This approach emphasizes teamwork and is more humble while still highlighting key contributions. 3. 2. Avoiding jargon and complex terms. In workplace communication, especially in non-professional settings, it is essential to be cautious with jargon and industry-specific terms. While using specialized language can seem professional within your field, overuse of jargon with people unfamiliar with your industry can lead to confusion or even communication breakdowns. To prevent this, ensure you use simple, understandable language and adjust according to the listener's feedback. Avoiding industry jargon. For example, when talking to friends unfamiliar with the finance industry, avoid terms like ROE, return on equity, or capital structure optimization. Instead, use more accessible language. I'm responsible for evaluating the company's financial health, ensuring our financial strategy supports long-term growth. My role involves helping the company improve profitability and manage investment risks. This way, even those outside the industry can easily understand your work, making the conversation more inclusive. Adjusting language based on the audience. If you realize the listener doesn't understand the jargon you've used, briefly explain or rephrase. For instance, if you are an engineer talking to someone without a technical background, you can express your work as follows. I ensure our company's products are produced efficiently and resolve any technical issues in the production process. I work on optimizing production processes, making sure our equipment operates smoothly. This simple language helps the listener understand what you're doing without feeling excluded or confused. 3. Boosting confidence and appearing more natural. Confidence is key in workplace communication. When you express yourself with confidence, Others are more likely to collaborate with you or offer assistance. The first step to boosting your confidence is to believe in your abilities and express them appropriately. Using clear language, good body language, and a firm tone will effectively enhance your confidence and improve communication outcomes. Maintaining clarity and firmness. When discussing your work, clarity and a firm tone are crucial. Avoid vague or hesitant expressions, as these can make you seem unsure about your work. For example, I manage a team, ensuring all projects are completed on time and to quality standards. My responsibility is to optimize company operations, ensuring the team can collaborate efficiently. This confident and clear expression demonstrates your competence and helps others feel assured of your professionalism. Using positive body language. In addition to verbal expression, body language plays a significant role in conveying confidence. Good posture, eye contact, and appropriate smiling can make you appear more reliable and approachable. Positive body language in the workplace enhances your effectiveness in communication and makes you appear more natural during interactions. Avoiding self-deprecation. In the workplace, many people, out of humility or insecurity, unintentionally downplay their own contributions, such as saying, "I'm just a junior employee," or "My work isn't anything special." This type of expression may unintentionally signal a lack of confidence and could lower your standing within the team. To avoid this, you should recognize your value and use positive language. For example, I'm responsible for managing the entire project and controlling the schedule, which is critical to achieving the company's strategic objectives. My role involves coordinating with various departments to ensure the project runs smoothly. These expressions will help you present yourself naturally while boosting your confidence and influence. In workplace communication, avoiding common pitfalls and boosting confidence are essential steps to building a strong professional image. By avoiding overhumility and overexaggeration, steering clear of jargon and complex terms, and confidently expressing yourself with appropriate language, you can foster more effective and positive communication with others. Additionally, by boosting your confidence, you not only enhance communication efficiency, but also convey professionalism and self-assurance. These skills will help you present yourself better in the workplace, improve interpersonal interactions, and stand out in your career.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Talk about something a lot.
Go on about.
Top 500 companies rated by revenue.
Fortune 500.
Begin to do something. Put into action.
Implement.
Have the duty or job of taking care of something.
Responsible.
In the whole country.
Nationwide.
Take care of.
Look after.
Watch and direct to make sure a job is done correctly.
Oversee.
Checking goods to make sure that they are good enough to sell.
Quality control.
Working for me.
Under me. Develop relationships.
Look after or take care of complaints.
Handle complaints.
Make arrangements or plans with a group of people.
Coordinate.
Watch and check.
Monitor.
Be in charge of something. Watch and direct.
Supervise.
Make sure.
Ensure. Let's try that faster.
In the whole country.
Nationwide.
Make arrangements or plans with a group of people.
Coordinate.
Watch and direct to make sure a job is done correctly.
Oversee.
Top 500 companies rated by revenue.
Fortune 500.
Take care of.
Look after.
Working for me.
Under me.
Checking goods to make sure that they are good enough to sell.
Quality control.
Be in charge of something. Watch and direct.
Supervise.
Watch and check.
Monitor.
Have the duty or job of taking care of something.
Responsible.
Make sure.
Ensure.
Begin to do something. Put into action.
Implement. Develop relationships.
Look after or take care of complaints.
Handle complaints.
Talk about something a lot.
Go on about. Now say the word and hear it in a sentence. Go on about. My boss is always going on about how we need to save money. It's all he talks about. Go on about. Gary is always going on about his kids. He's always talking about how smart they are. Go on about. My mum is always going on about how I should get married. Implement. Our company has to implement this sales strategy. Implement. Sarah will be responsible for implementing the plan. Implement. I implemented several new policies. According to company regulations, we have to fly economy class. You need to make sure that you follow the rules and regulations. Government regulations do not allow us to import raw meat. Oversee. In my last job, I oversaw recruitment. Oversee. Jason, can you oversee this project? Oversee. I'm overseeing the budget in my department. Nationwide. Nationwide, we have 500 stores. Nationwide. The government will be starting nationwide testing of grade 4 students. Nationwide. There is a nationwide shortage of doctors. Under me. In your new job, you'll have 18 employees under you. Under me. I don't have any employees under me. Under me. Frank has 12 managers working under him. Quality control. Our quality control measures help make sure that there are no mistakes in our product. Quality control. I am responsible for quality control in our factory. quality control. We have poor quality control, and so there are a lot of problems with our product.
Thank you for tuning in. We hope you found this episode both insightful and enjoyable. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss any great episodes. See you next time.